Hey, what is up internet? Kyle here, Slaphot Toys, doing another Hot Toys action figure review. Tonight we're going to be taking a look at the movie masterpiece, Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, Hoth version, Princess Leia. Fortunately, I did miss out on the New Hope version of Leia, so the second they announced her, I made sure I went ahead and pre-ordered her, so I knew I was going to have a Leia in my collection. And honestly, this is my favorite Leia. I know there's a lot of Slave Leia fans, but everything from the suit and just the movie Empire Strikes Back, this is my favorite version. So super excited to unbox her and take a look at the figure. So let's not delay that any further. To the light box. And here is Leia out of the packaging, and this is one really cool figure, no pun intended since it is the Hoth ice suit, but this thing is really cool, a ton of detail in the suit, comes with some cool accessories and an amazing head sculpt. But let's go ahead and take a look at those accessories first. First thing I want to take a look at is going to be the base. Now this is the standard kind of great base that we get with all the Hot Toys Star Wars figures, but this one has that really nice added touch of the snow effect all throughout. I think that looks absolutely fantastic. You do get the cradle stand, and we get this extremely nice plaque saying Star Wars Princess Leia. We got a nice, we said Hoth version, like the Homecoming Spider-Man said the homemade suit version, but we do get it saying Princess Leia. We are also given the welding tool, a ventilator mask, the welding goggles, a blaster, and not really full sets of hands. There are a set of kind of open hands with the gloves I actually have on the figure currently, but we are given a gloved trigger finger, we're given a slightly open glove hand, and then a really open gloved hand, and then we get a slightly open hand, and then we get a trigger finger for the ungloved versions, and these things are sculpted very, very nicely. You get that really nice kind of fingernails sculpted out there. You get some nice detail there on the inside of the palm. That all looks wonderful. Really like the flesh tones that they used. It looks really realistic. And then as far as the gloves, we'll look at the trigger finger. Not a whole lot of detail here. Get some kind of nice stitch work there along the sides where the seams would be. But overall, it's just a nice kind of worn white leather glove. Not a whole lot of detail going on with them, but what is there looks very nice. And then kind of looking over here at some of the other accessories, we get the blaster here, and this looks fantastic. I love all the detail on this thing. The black and silvers just really pop. It's got a nice kind of glossy shine to it. And then if you come over here, the barrel looks fantastic with all that line work there. You even get kind of like a little bit of line work right there in that silver. That looks really good. Scope looks really cool. Has a nice kind of mirror reflective there in the lens. That looks really good. You get some really nice kind of detail there on the grip. That looks fantastic. And then just going over here to the other side, just about the exact same. This just looks really nice. You do get a ventilator mask. I think it's one of the cool posing options we are given. You just have here just an elastic band here on the back, which fits around her head very nicely. This is kind of like almost like kind of like a rubber, so it's very durable, very bendy. That works really well. And then you do get the hose right here, and then you get the little canister that looks all very nice, all detailed out. And then there is a little hook right here that hooks on Leia. And then we are also given the welding torch, and this thing looks really nice as well. You get some nice detail here on the actual torch itself. Just a nice matte black, not a whole lot of color on it. And then you have that nice kind of silver down here at the handle. And then this is actually just kind of like a little springy wire. That works real nice. And then you have the little control box right there. And the last accessory we get is this welding mask, and this looks really nice as well. You get that nice kind of turquoise, kind of greenish color. That looks really good. You get the little straps here. I haven't tried to mess around with it if you can actually adjust it. I'm sure you probably can. Lenses look really cool. Kind of a yellowish tint to them, but not a whole lot of detail, but enough, and it looks very nice. And taking a closer look at Princess Leia herself, I think this is an absolutely gorgeous figure. I think this head sculpt just absolutely nails the likeness of Carrie Fisher. I mean, just everything from the eyes to the nose and the mouth just looks wonderful. I mean, look at all that detail, especially there on the textures of the skin. I mean, this thing just looks like a little miniature Carrie Fisher. And now one of the other things I really like is the hair, obviously, since that's a big part of the costume of the Hoth suit. And one thing I really did like is they did put like the little curly cues here next to the ears. Now, a word of caution, if you get this figure and when you're unboxing it, there is kind of like a plastic little, I don't know, protective sheet that goes across her mouth. Don't just pull that off thinking it's like protecting her nose and eyes and things like that. It's actually connected to each of these little hair strands. So make sure when you're unboxing her that you don't just pull at that and break those. Be very careful when you're unboxing it. But coming up here to the hair, I mean, just look at all the sculpted detail. The braids look fantastic. I mean, just holy crap. Very nice dark brown hair. The braids, like, I just can't get over how cool and how many sculpted lines and everything is here in the hair. Just looks absolutely fantastic. Ears look really good. Coming down here to the suit. Now, this outer vest is removable. It is not attached to this jumpsuit in any way. So that's really nice if you, I don't know why you'd want to take it off, but if you want to, you definitely can. But I mean, look at all the stitching work here and the padding along the vest. This looks absolutely stunning. Really like that kind of off-white cream color up here at the collar. You get more of like that real nice bulky padding from what you would have in a winter kind of puffy vest. You get the little badges there on the chest. That looks really, really good. Coming over here to the back of the vest, once again, you get that real nice quilted pattern. Just the stitch work on this thing is superb. Coming back over to the front, we'll look at the jumpsuit. Once again, you get a ton of stitching all throughout. That looks really, really good. Same thing here over here. You just get like all that stitching detail. Just looks really, really nice. And then it has a very nice kind of wintry coat feel to it, which I really like. So it actually feels like, you know, something that would be worn during winter. Come over here to the arms, you get this nice kind of stitch padding up here along the shoulder and the bicep. Coming down to the wrist, you get some more really nice stitching detail. And then there are the gloves, which you kind of went over a little bit in the accessories. And now this side has the exact same, except it does have like this little kind of mechanism here on the bottom half of the arm. Coming down to the legs, get more of that kind of stitching pattern there. It looks really good. Not a whole lot going on the back of the figure. And then we come down to the boots, and these things look really cool. They're a very nice pleather material, so they definitely have that leather look to them, as you can see here. Get some really cool straps there up the front of the shins, and then you get the little kind of moccasin style boot here at the bottom. You get all that nice stitch work. And once again, you get that real nice leather texture. And then absolutely nothing other than the copyright information on the bottom. Taking a look at the articulation on the figure, it is Princess Leia, so you're not going to get too many dynamic poses, but the articulation is actually pretty good. Her head does rotate side to side. There is a little bit of neck and head pivot, so the neck actually moves a little bit as well as the head. She can look up actually a very good amount. Once again, the neck does bend backwards as well and helps with that, and she can look down a fantastic amount. You're not really getting any weird gaps or anything like that, so that's fantastic head movement. As far as the arms, they do go 90 degrees out to her body. She does have a bicep rotation up here at the bicep. She is double jointed here at the elbows. That looks fantastic. She can reach forward about that far. You're starting to get some pull there on the jumpsuit, and then she can reach back about the same amount before you start getting pull there. As far as the wrists, they do rotate and they are hinged up and down. As far as her abdomen, there is rotation up here at the top of the ribs, and there's also rotation here at the waist. There's also an ab crunch hip here at the top of the ribs, and another one here at the bottom of the waist, so it can actually go forward quite a bit, and then using both of them, she can go back quite a bit as well. As far as the legs, they do split about that far before you start getting some major pull there in the suit. She can kick forward a decent amount before you start getting some pull. It does restrict that movement. Back, she can actually go a little bit farther. That looks very, very nice. There is a double jointed knee. Now it is limited a little bit because of these boots. They don't really give a whole lot. So you get about a, I don't know what, 90-degree range of motion there. And then as far as the feet, because it's all one boot, there is ankle pivot, which actually works pretty well since this material does give down here. They do rock up and down, and there is rotation. And just for a quick scale comparison, here's Princess Leia next to the Hot Toys A New Hope Han Solo. I think these two look fantastic next to one another and scale very, very well. So that is going to do it for my review of the Hot Toys movie masterpiece, Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, Princess Leia Hoth suit version. Like I said at the beginning, I absolutely love this figure. Everything from the amazing face sculpt to the intricate detailing on the suit with all the stitch work and some really, really cool accessories. It is definitely here to pick up, especially if you're like me and you missed out on the New Hope Leia. That's the two things again. Or if you're also like me and just absolutely love Leia from The Empire Strikes Back, this is a wonderful representation of it. And if you collect Star Wars Hot Toys, this is a piece you definitely want to pick up. So once again, that is going to be the video. So much for these videos. Make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe. We'll be on any future content, including a ton more Hot Toys reviews, and a ton more on the way to Sideshow. So make sure you subscribe. Also, let me know what you guys thought of this review and this figure in the comments. Love to hear from you. And if you did like this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a big thumbs down. Doesn't matter either way. Just glad you checked out my review. And once again, that's going to do it for me this evening. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya.